Assalamualaikum and good evening to Sir Azhuri. Now I want to explain how the students can reduce the pressure when they need to face the examination. We all know that students are very busy with the activities they need to attend while in university. Their time and schedule are tight. There are also times when they are unable to rest because the time to complete the assignments is almost up. The closer the preparation time, the more busy they are. Therefore, the students will take advantage of free days to relax and enjoy. They will not review the subject because they don't want to, to be depressed after a few days busy with other works. The time they were supposed to learn was wasted. Therefore, the students need to make a preparation when the examination around the corner, such as start a revision early, make their own timetable and sleep well. Start revision early can help students reduce the pressure of examination because they already have the knowledge and skills before entering examination halls. Do a revision on the subject in advance step that must do by students. It's best after finished lectures to keep the students' memory fresh. Students just need to add notes and they will be able to understand their learning faster. If the students do the revision in last minutes, they will feel pressure because they cannot catch up all the topics that they need to study. This step is more effective than reviewing in the future as our minds are still focused on learning. Students early can help students have much more time to do a revision. Study early can help students have much time to do a revision. They can cover all the topics learning before the examination. Study early the subject is the best step for the examination. Students only need to take early time to the revision of the subject. Students will have a lot of time to understand things that they didn't understand while in lectures. Students can ask their lecturers or friends for a better understanding. Students also don't have to rush because they have a lot of time to study. They will give them an advantage because they will not have the pressure to learn. Learning in peaceful conditions is better than studying in stressful situations because of rushing to study. Thus, students need to practice themselves to study early than before. However, this solution also has its disadvantage. Students have many works to do, such as assignments. Therefore, they cannot focus or plan to study early. Students who are learning too early can easily forget because they have a lot other tasks to complete. They will focus too much on preparing such a task and forget what they have learned. The students have various activities while at university, so they will always be busy and have a tight schedule every day. Their bodies will also feel fatigued and their memories easily impaired. This is also why students are studying in last minute. They want to complete all the tasks first and then do the revision in last minute. In conclusion, what can I say? Students need to force themselves to study early because first action can give a bigger impact. Early learning is more proactive approach to the problem of overcoming stress when facing exams. This step will also increase the students' confidence to enter the examination halls once all the preparation has been done well and smoothly. To help students get better results in the examination, early study can help them to achieve what they want.
Greeting Mr. Azuri, my lecturer for academic writing and writing for section 15, fellow classmate and viewer who come to watch this video presentation. My name is Muhammad nazeren bin Jariee, matrix number BA181110144. In this video, I am presenting my problem solution essay which titled Solving Student Lack of Interest in secondary school at Kota Kinabalu. I chose this title because the high number of population in Sabah, especially in developed cities like Kota Kinabalu, also wish the issue will be solved through this solution. During student learning period from the primary and the secondary level, interests play a big role in the student life to totally focus on studying. If you had a necessary interest or motivation that require, the learning process will be interrupted, as the time student doesn't have the drive to study. According to Hidi and Reniger 2016, explain that interest is predisposition of students spend time on topics, concepts, ideas, and activities. Researchers also found out that student interest in a subject or course have influence on their learning, and even the choice of the subject they make as students. The level of student interest varies what the student interested with, as there are a number of factors affecting it. The issue regarding student interest is not new, but a common problem that happens to every educational institution around the globe. It also the main cause for the number of students dropped out from school. Usually, the secondary students were the ones who dropped out the most. A report from the Star Page posted 11 October 2011. According to Dr. Wee Ka Siong, former Deputy Minister of Education in Malaysia, stated about 70,000 secondary students dropped out from school, deducting students who had enrolled in other types of school from 2016 to 2006 to 2011. If added with the other type school, it reached about 200,000 students dropped out, which is equivalent 9.42% of 2.3 million students in secondary school within Malaysia. He stated that student lack of interest was the main cause. There are few factors causing student lack of interest, which were bullying in classes in schools, certain family circumstances, having trouble understanding certain subject, easily distracted in the environment, fear of homework or assessment, poverty, and many more. There are a lot of attempts to solve this. Some was success, while others were failed. One such attempt that had been successful was creating a future classroom. This is an attempt by using technologies to make learning more fun and interactive for students. SM Teluk Intan, located in Perang, had such feature classroom. It was well received by most people, including parents and students themselves. In my essay, to solve this issue, I suggest a solution which was implemented reward system in a student learning process. With this solution, reward can be used as a source of motivation for students, increasing their learning process. With the reward system, it's not just for learning, but it's also affected in every aspect of student life, such as school life, attendance, academic performance, extracurricular activities, and many more. According to the Chams, 1968, if a person receives an external reward for an activity they are intrinsically motivated to do, their reason for acting shift reward and away from the inherent task. It based on a carrot and stick motivation approach, an approach that used in motivating people to elicit people's desired behaviors, and in this case, making students study. It usually involves rewards and punishment. The reward for each task completed by students must be suitable and fair. The reward can be formed of candies, technologies, and many more. Using this solution is quite effective, as it helps promoting an appropriate positive behavior among students. It usually happens when giving reward in the form of promotion, gifts, and other appropriate reward, as it's more normal someone to be positive after all the hard work they've done. Taking advantage student positive behavior, teachers will be able to teach and concentrate on lesson content more and make students engage in interactive activities. Not just the student will be happy, it also helps boost their self-esteem. Happy with the reward given, they will try to be more productive. Even so, this solution has its own weakness, which was causing addiction among students. Rewards, rewards become solo target for students to study or completing tasks given. If not, they will not doing it at all. Using reward as motivation, making students think they were under control, which then affect their learning. That's why, according to Ryan and Roenick, 1968, when children had no control of their environment, they not internally motivated to work. In short, many issues related to education like skipping classes, drop out school, and many more was because students lack of interest in studying. Hence, by implementing reward system may solve this problem if not reducing it. Focusing to solve this issue shall be utmost importance, as it's not just about student future and career path, but also involves the future of our country. As in the near future, students will become the next generation who will contribute to the society and community as a whole. That's for all. Thank you for listening.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nisa Amanina. I am from Perlis. I am taking a communication course in University Malaysia Sabah. So for the next presentation is about my essay entitled Reducing the Quality Difference Between IPTA and IPTS Students in Malaysia by Exposing to a Work Environment. So for the introduction part, I insert data from the Malaysia Ministry of Education in Graduate Stresses Study 2018. The data says that there were 290,282 graduates from all types of higher educational institutions. In my opinion, numbers and data are very suitable to put in as the hook line of the essay. Before I go further, let me tell you what is a higher educational institutions refers to. It is a term used in Europe to present organizations that provide higher, post-secondary, tertiary or third-level educations. It also includes not only universities and college, but also various professional schools providing in various fields. Basically, this essay will be discussing how exposing students to a work environment will reduce the quality difference between IPTA and IPTS students in Malaysia. As for the background paragraph, I have described the definitions of quality from the side of MS-ISO 9000. And quality means a whole characteristic of an entity, either it is a product or services, that fulfill customers' requirements. I also mentioned about the Malaysian Qualification Agency, the MQA, the agency that coordinates the quality assurance of higher educational institutions, which plays an important role as one of the previous attempts to standardize the quality of students despite whatever type of university they were from. Other than that, higher educational institutions also had applied the concept of mastering generic skills among students. However, mastering generic skills is not enough. They need to be in a working environment to fully understand the needs of the skills as well as reducing the quality difference between IPTA and IPTS students. Despite all the attempts that have been done, there are some issues that still happen, such as employability, unemployment, soft skills issues, and also access graduates. Thus, the working environment is a must-have experience for students to master the generic skills. And then the solution that I suggest can be done by obligating students to take industrial training as being done today. Besides, a study trip to industry companies can be done too. For instance, the Communication Club of University Malaysia Sabah from my course has organized a trip to Bernama, a broadcast company, just to expose the participating students to what it is like to be in the real working place. The solutions will enhance student. This solution will enhance soft skills of the students and improve their employability. Ko Yao Hee once said, "It is an opportunity for the students to practice what they had learned at university." Meanwhile, the solution also brings together its own weakness. The workplace of industrial training may not provide students with a suitable job scope, and that some internship maybe places may be also assigned that the tasks that are not even relatable with the student course. These two situations actually will exploit students' enthusiasm. And lastly, on the whole, I highlight my point again that students should be exposed to a work environment as it improves their soft skills. I also recommend the students to choose the right internship place if they want to gain valuable experience in working. I think that is all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and greetings. I am Nurazlin binti Abdullah, and today I am going to discuss about gamification and e-learning. So first off, I'm going to talk about e-learning platforms. So what is e-learning? It's a short form for online learning. The E stands for electronic learning. So in this video, I'm going to talk on university e-learning and how gamification can be applied to make it better. So, university e-learning, what does it do? In general, it allows lecturers to post any content for students within their respective subject rooms. Why do I call it rooms? Well, basically, university e-learning websites are like a forum-based website. Example of very famous forum-based websites are Reddit, Stack Overflow, and GameSpot. They have many forums or rooms for various topics. People can make their own room and become or hire someone or some people as an admin to moderate the room. It can either be a private or public room. For universities, there are different rooms created by lecturers for their respective subjects. Lecturers can either allow any student to enroll or set up a password. Lecturers can also obviously delete the whole page or make it hidden. University e-learning platform, is it effective? Well, it depends on how the lecturer use it and if they use it. Most lecturers I've seen prefer using Google Classroom. Most of my lecturers prefer using the old version of Smart UMS. Why is that? Errors or instability. Server errors happens, and when it does, it results in users to not be able to access the website. In UMS case, multiple errors exist in Smart UMS. About a week ago, there was a server error on Smart version 3. The website was completely inaccessible and it took nearly 2 days for it to be up again. So next, I'm going to introduce about gamification. So the concept is easy to understand. Basically, you turn a non-gaming content into a game for more interactive learning or engagement. This concept is being used widely in education and businesses. For example, the airplane safety simulation, building PC simulation, farming simulation, and it has a lot of benefits which are very useful in testing workers, understanding about certain safety feature. It could be because to simulate the situation, it can be too pricey or too dangerous. Second, it helps in educating while retaining focus. It also helps students visualize abstract topics or science topics, anything that requires imagination, visualization. So, my point here in this whole video is the idea of gamifying education. So now I'm going to explain my idea on how we can turn education into a game and implement it in our university e-learning platforms. So one of the steps that we can take is to start with simple topics, and then we can advance to tougher ones. We should acknowledge limits on what subjects that can be gamified and to what extent we will gamify it. We also should provide references or further reading so that students do not rely 100% on the game to fully understand the topic. And then we identify the proper and effective way to gamify the topic. We need to make it interesting and an easy to use UI that fits with the students' taste or trend. It's also worth to note that it doesn't mean an actual whole game. It can also be a platform with little bits of fun games. So that is all for this video. I hope my explanations are clear, my points are out there, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much. See you soon. Goodbye.